Juneau Trial Court, somebody direct your call?
I'm trying to see if my fax had been received. I sent it a few hours ago.
Okay, I'll go check and see if it's there. I'll be right back. One moment, please. Okay, I did talk to Tracy, and she said yes.
Well, I need to ask somebody a question.
Sure, I can transfer you to Tracy.
Okay, is she going to be able to speak to me, or am I kind
She is, I don't know. Let me see if she's available, though. One moment, please. Juneau Trial Court, this is Tracy.
Hi, Tracy. I'm sorry to bother you. I have a question. On that return for that criminal complaint, is there a reason why Judge Levy's signature on there? Because that's called a conflict of interest, especially when he attacked me for my disabilities.
Well, I have no...
And then I just got off the phone with
Ms. Banks, I can't... You need to let me answer the first question you just asked me.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know why Judge Levy's signature is on it. We send it upstairs, and the judges choose who to do take it on.
He can't touch anything pertaining to me or my wife after his display of judicial misconduct in my hearing.
Well, I don't know what he can and can't touch. So it goes up, they make the decision, not me.
Let me ask, can I resubmit that? And then I'm going to resubmit the letter from the Ombudsman showing that they had to step in and act to get my wife somewhere to get the baby removed when Mrs. Heath did not do her job like she should have to do it, which then shows the violation of them statutes, because this is documented with the Ombudsman, because they had to help my wife get to her procedure when Mrs. Heath would not, putting my wife's life at risk, which is a Class A felony. But y'all, I guess the courts condone criminals.
Mr. Mapes, that's a very blanket statement, and you know darn well that that's not something we do. Now, Mr. Mapes,
yes.
I'm not going to sit there and listen to you put down the court system because I don't have time for that today.
I'm not putting
You can call me back on Monday, and maybe I'll listen to it a little more.
Well,
However, now I'm not sure what's going on with Judge Levy. If you resubmit it, it'll be treated the same, and it'll go up to district court. I think that if you disagree with that decision,
when is criminal matters have? When I was reading it, what does a criminal matter have to do with anything civil, ma'am?
But Judge Levy is both. He handles both criminal and civil cases, and so does Judge Nath.
I have a Judge Nath. Oh, I've heard Judge Nath is a fairer judge than the ones I've been dealing with. Is there a way I could just, or how could I contact Judge Stevens? I'm understanding he's...
Judge Stevens is in Ketchikan. Mm-hmm. You can give Ketchikan Court a call.
Yes.
Let me get you the number. That's a good way to go about it. If you have a complaint about what a judge is doing,
yes,
there's also the judicial conference, which I do know that you've been given those numbers.
Well, I'm not going to file it because Judge Levy is a board member, and there's another conflict of interest because his friends are on the board. So how am I going to get a fair deal when he has friends on the board and he is a board member? See what I'm getting at? There's no fair shake in that. There is no. That's a violation of equal protection under the law per the 14th Amendment.
Okay. Mr. Mapes, here's a phone number. It's 1907.
Yes.
225.
Okay, 225.
Trying to see what they're... It's weird how they have these things lined out. $3195.
Okay, because I was told I needed to contact Judge Stevens about Judge Levy anyways, but nobody's ever told me how. I'm also, who do I need to contact to report Mr. Nesham for being an ADA coordinator and not knowing his full context of his job per the ADA and Supreme Court rulings to be called an ADA administrator?
We've given you the Anchorage numbers as well for administration. Those are the people you call there.
I haven't been given those numbers, actually.
All right.
Mr. Nesham has not provided me those numbers. I hate to say he has, but I have recordings showing he hasn't ever. That's what I'm wondering. And then I was trying to provide the other party's attorney yesterday my reply brief, and they wouldn't give me their fax number. And they said they would, and then they chose not to.
Who wouldn't give you the fax number?
The attorney's office.
Oh.
He's attorney's office, so that's why I wrote the letter. I have a question too. Why do I see I owe the court $70?
On what? I don't know what.
There's a $50 charge originally on there that has not once been removed, and now there's another $20.
It has been removed.
No, I just checked the court system.
You're just looking in the wrong. You don't know how to read the system. There is no fee that says that you owe $50, and I don't know where the $70 is coming from.
Well, there's another $20 fee I'm seeing when you provided me those audios that was tacked on there too. I'm taking screenshots of it. That's why I asked, because.
Yeah, there shouldn't be. Hold on, let me close out and save this one thing that I'm doing.
Yes, the $50 is still on there, saying I owe it, and then there's another one tacked on for $20. So that's
nobody should have put in anything that tacked on $20 to you. I don't know why they did that.
Well, they're doing that.
Well, I'm gonna look at it right now and take it out because they shouldn't have even put that in. I don't know why somebody would have. I'm the one that handled all of them.
I don't know either, but I have a screenshot of it being there. I screenshotted the website and.
Maybe that was somebody that came in and asked for them. Maybe somebody else came in and asked for them.
But I can't.
Is it going under your name?
I guess so.
Let me see who put that in. I don't know why the person that put that in. I'm going to delete it right now. That should never have gone in.
Can I have their name, please?
No, well, I'm fixing it.
Well,
they just didn't know what they were doing. So, anyways, because they put it in for the law firm shouldn't, nobody gets charged for it because it's something that you wanted distributed to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So let me make sure that gets taken out. I'm sorry that got put in.
So the law firm is the one who kind of was behind it, I guess. They're wanting money from a disabled man that doesn't have it.
No, it was the first mistake by putting it in.
Right, but in their brief they say they want me to pay extra attorney fees, and by law, I cannot because my money is federal, and it's for my bills and my living expenses, not to pay someone else's attorney. They're asking me in that brief to violate federal law. That's my problem.
Yeah, and I do see what's going on with your $50 because we took that out. So I'm going to contact Physical and find out what's going on because you should not be showing amount owed in there on the front screen at all.
Exactly, and that's what I keep seeing, and I'm like, that's where I'm wondering. I know you're good for your word. You've proven that, but what I'm saying is somebody else is putting their hand in this cookie jar and messing things up.
Don't worry, I'm going to contact someone right now and make sure that gets taken care of.
I've been instructed under 42 U.S. Code 12203 that even with them, how them attorneys attacked me in their brief, that's called coercion and intimidation. But, that's fine. Because the reason why that code is allowed is because I have an open U.S. case. I need to provide the courts the records of that again to show them that by denying me an attorney when my disabilities are being attacked is actually granted for me to have an attorney, especially when my disabilities are being used against me. And, and that's what's been the whole, stem of this whole matter. And I'm being unrepresented, so the courts are liable for that. I should have had an attorney from day one, per the U.S. statutes and federal laws, but I don't. And I'm sitting here having to use my knowledge. Luckily, I'm a man that actually did study law from 1998, and I still do today, or I would be getting railroaded.
I married a smart man.
You are a very smart man. Your wife is right.
If I'm that smart, then why are people doing this to me?
Well, you're catching it. That's what shows how smart you are. So, okay, I'm right now contacting a person in Anchorage that only I can talk to. You cannot, and they're going to make sure that these fees get taken out.
Yeah.
So, as far as the rest of your questions, I don't have good answers for that.
Has there been any word on my attorney? Because by dragging their feet, that's also called intimidation or coercion, which, while in a U.S. case, while I have an open docket, even the judge has to abide by that, because then that's like being, making me a victim of intimidation and coercion, because I'm being treated unfairly and unjust, and all I'm asking for is an attorney for fairness in this whole matter. And there's, U.S. statutes and court rulings in U.S. court saying, once I'm attacked and discriminated for my disability, that entitles me to an attorney, even in a civil proceeding. See, Mr. Nesham doesn't even know that. He's arguing the U.S. law now. He's telling me he doesn't have to abide by it. He gets argumentative with me, and he's the ADA coordinator of your courts, and saying that all he has to do is provide accommodations. Well, accommodations means for people with mental or physical. So if somebody has a mental accommodation and is requesting a lawyer...
Hold on real quick.
Hey.
Try, honey. It's like I know too much about this, and I'm like... all my brain processes this law violations, basically.
I know. You're from Texas.
Oh, yeah.
You're a stubborn, bullheaded, smart-ass.
Well.
And you're right in doing so, but you need to cool it down. Geez, not everyone needs a freaking wall in the face.
Oh.
I have to call my dad.
Oh, yeah?
Or text him.
Wall.
My hair's a mess. But don't I look very well? Light as my best. Just what I'm requested to be the light on my very best. I know how to be proper. What do I want to be? I know how to be proper. What do I want to be?
Honey, I'm on the phone.
Sorry, I'm singing an uplifting tune. Instead of crying. I need it.
Oh, that's disgusting. Hey, honey.
What?
McDonald's uses worm meat fillers, but they call it 100%
Oh, you told me
beef.
that yesterday.
I know, right? That's just, I'm glad I don't eat McDonald's.
Actually, I can actually believe that because,
It kind of reminds me of that Futurama episode about that drink Slurm, and they were...
no, it reminds me of that train where they break down those, roaches.
In that Futurama, no, it wasn't roaches, it was, wasn't it roaches?
It was roaches.
Yeah.
Because human feces creates elements where roaches can, the molecules come together
Or
to
like,
make that creature.
even Futurama had something before that movie, that Slurm was like an alien species that were
becomes the life.
going as a drink.
That's all it does. It makes maggots in a way of coming to life.
That's just disturbing.
Oh,
McDonald's.
no, see, that's the only
No, I'm thinking about how many people eat McDonald's to this day and what they're eating. I'm just picturing it in my head.
Okay, Mr. Mapes, if you go in and you'll see that back into your case, you'll see that the $50 is no longer showing.
Okay.
And also the $20 was somebody coming up and asking for audio requests.
Who was that?
And hold on, and the person just accidentally put it on the wrong case name, but it's not showing that you owe that amount. It just shows that that amount is there.
Okay.
Oh, so someone committed.
But who did that though? Like
probably the attorney from the opposing.
Give us evidence then.
So it was the attorney from Mrs. Heath?
Yeah, probably them.
Well,
But whoever was at the front counter put it under your name, but however, even though it's under your name, it doesn't show that any amount is there, that it's owed.
When they went to your front counter, can I get a copy of that record? Because records...
Mr. Mapes, we don't keep copy of the people who come to our front counter, and the reason why is because these type of cases are public records.
Well, wait a minute, they're using my name, though, so I need to know who... Can I have the name of who did it? Because this call is being taped, ma'am. All my calls are taped, and you just told me...
Mr. Mapes, we don't keep logs of that.
But
we just don't. We don't keep logs of who comes in and from the front counter request.
What I'm trying to figure out is, what if it's an attorney trying to help me? That's what I'm wondering.
Well, there hasn't been any order out that there's going to be an attorney appointed yet. We haven't heard from the judge on that yet, so I don't think that's going to be the case.
I'm saying one of my family members might have called somebody up here in Alaska and hired them without my knowledge, because that's how my family is.
Oh.
And that's what I'm wondering.
I don't know who did it, because generally the requests that come across the front counter are...
normally when you get a request for audio records, you have to fill out paperwork, and then they have to give their name and who's requesting it, because that's proper judicial procedures, and the court has to have record of that. That's how the courts down south works, because that's a U.S. statute ruling. That's how the courts everywhere are supposed to work.
We don't have records of it, Mr. Mapes.
So how do I know who's trying to, make a charge account on my name? Because that's called fraud. That is called fraud.
Anybody can come to the front counter and request audio. It's a public record.
When they're using my name, though, that's called identity theft, ma'am.
No, I don't think they used your name. I think the clerk put it under the wrong name. Is all that was. I don't think the clerk used your name on purpose. I think they put it under the wrrong name.
This is just proof of more criminal negligence. Thank you, and you have a good day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.